would take some time and share a little bit of info about my experience in Thailand. The past year, I spent all of 2019 in Thailand. I was in Chiang Mai, so that's northern Thailand. While I was there, I observed a lot. I had a little notepad and I would write down like the little things that were kind of funny about Thailand. So before I went, I did a little bit of research. There's tons of information out there. You know, they're really weird about feet. You don't point with your feet. You don't touch coins with your feet. That's a big no-no. There's lots of websites with that kind of information. I thought I would share some of the weird stuff, some of the things that I kind of noticed throughout the year that aren't, maybe you can find it, maybe it's somewhere online, but I haven't really seen a lot of this stuff. I'm sure if you search it, you'll find it, but I thought I'd share my own experiences. The first thing is their names. Most Thai people have a nickname. It seems like they just pick a random English word and that's what they go by. So there's beer, there's Airbus, golf, fear. So I taught at a school and I had a student named Porsche, Tiger. My TA's name was Donut. And it was so funny because it became so normal to just call her Donut. Her name is Donut. Sometimes I'd catch myself and I'd be like, Donut! And then I would think in my head, I'm calling someone by the word donut and it's normal to me. I forget that that's not really normal. The second thing is what they eat for breakfast. A lot of Thai people, they eat meat on a stick. It's like street food for breakfast. A lot of times I see Thai people in the morning, they don't really eat the typical breakfast of eggs and pancakes and eggs Benedict. They have meat on a stick, sticky rice, vegetables, and it's very hearty. It seems like they eat dinner for breakfast. One time I got a Thai iced tea for breakfast, and I remember when I ordered it, the woman looked at me kind of funny, and I was like, is it weird that I'm ordering a Thai tea? And then when I went to the school, my TA was like, why are you drinking Thai tea in the morning? And I was like, because it's tea and it's good. And she was like, no, that's an afternoon drink, but you eat meat on a stick for breakfast. The third thing is braces. I know when I was back in America, it's kind of embarrassing for adults to get braces. In Thailand, it's really normal and a lot of people get braces. I think it's actually kind of trendy in Thailand. The fourth thing is kids in seatbelts. In America, there's so many laws and regulations. You have to have a car seat for this kid of this size. In Thailand, I actually don't know if they have a law or any sort of regulation, but it was rare to see a kid in a car seat. Most of the kids would get in the front seat and be sitting on their mom's lap. Fifth thing is they are not ashamed to pick their nose in public. I was constantly seeing people just full on picking their nose out in the open, not being embarrassed. If they saw me looking at them, they would keep going, keep digging. More power to them. I thought it was awesome, actually, because we all have boogers we want to pick and we're embarrassed to pick them, so we wait. Thai people, they don't really care. The sixth thing, when you go see a movie, this was a big surprise for me. I know we have commercials and trailers for movies in America, but in Thailand, it's literally 30 minutes. When the movie is supposed to start, that's when the mixture of commercials and trailers begin. It takes forever and you're like, just start the movie. And then all of a sudden they put on this big tribute to the king. And it's actually like this really beautiful tribute. It's a really pretty song, but it's this whole montage of the king growing up. You have to stand for it. So you stand up. And then when it's done, you bow, you sit down, and then the movie begins. If you go to a movie in Thailand, don't show up on time. Number 7 is the amount of times people go to the hospital. When I heard my TA went to the hospital, I kind of freaked out. I was like, you went to the hospital? Why? What's wrong? What happened? And she was like, I had a burn on my thumb. And I was like, you went to the hospital for that? And then I started noticing if one of my students had a runny nose, they would take them to the hospital. In Thailand, you go to the hospital for everything. That really took me by surprise because I would freak out if people said that they went to the hospital and then they would say, oh no, I just had a sore throat. Number 8 is 7-Eleven. I love 7-Eleven. So back in America, or at least in Seattle, 7-Eleven is not a place that you would want to hang out at. There was a 7-Eleven right across from where I worked in Seattle, and I avoided going there at all costs. The only time I ever went was when I was feeling lucky and wanting to buy a lotto ticket. I would get in and get out. 7-Eleven rules in Thailand. 7-Eleven is everywhere. It's like the Starbucks of Thailand. It's on every corner. I would go to 7-Eleven for everything. I think I went to the supermarket maybe 3 times. Everything I needed was at 7-Eleven. One of the most popular things about 7-Eleven was their toasties. And they're these yummy sandwiches, like grilled cheese sandwiches, and they would toast them in the little grill. And, toasties, so good. When I was down south in Krabi, it was really weird, but the best coffee in town was at 7-Eleven, which is so weird to say, but if you've been to Thailand and you've been there, like, you get it. Number 9, I want to give a disclaimer. For this year, I was in Chiang Mai. Maybe this is different in Bangkok. I don't know. This was just based on my own personal experience, what I observed, but there were no homeless in Chiang Mai. I'm coming from a city, Seattle, that is just full of homeless people, and it's so sad and heartbreaking. But in Thailand, you don't see anyone sleeping on the streets. If you're in the old city, you'll see a few people here and there on the streets, like begging for money, but I don't believe that they're actually sleeping on the street. Everybody has a home to go to. I was just kind of amazed that you could walk around and you wouldn't see a tent. You wouldn't see a village of tents of homeless people. Everybody seemed to have a family or a place to go. Number 10 is restaurants. Again, I know I'm constantly referring to my time in Seattle, but that's what I'm comparing all of this to. It's so normal to go to a restaurant in Seattle and have like a 20, 30 hour long wait time. In Chiang Mai, I don't think I've ever waited to be seated. And it's not because the restaurants weren't busy, they were, but they always seemed to find room. One restaurant, they literally made a table out of boxes, and they made the box, they put the tablecloth on it, and then we were sitting on these like little crates, and that was our table. If there was, say, a 4-top and there was a couple sitting there, the staff would actually ask the couple mid-bite, "Can you move to this table?" The couple would have to literally pick up their plates and move to the table over. The staff is not afraid to ask people to move while they're dining. They will get you in. It's very rare to wait. Number 11 is their belief in ghosts. So Thai people are very, very superstitious about ghosts. They all have spirit houses outside of their businesses and their homes. It was really interesting whenever you brought up ghosts, because you could tell they would like tense up, because they actually believe that ghosts are around. Some of the students would actually say like, "I see a ghost," and they really believed it. And they think that some places are haunted, and they try to have offerings that make the ghosts happy. It's really fascinating. And last but not least, my favorite, hands down, favorite thing about Thailand was the driving. When you first get there, it may seem chaotic, and it kind of is, but I miss it so much. It's so peaceful. It's kind of like a river. People just kind of dip in and dip out. They all flow together. What I love about it is there's no road rage. No one ever gets mad when they're driving. I think I heard maybe a dozen honks, kind of angry honks, over the whole year. Seattle, you hear a dozen honks every hour. Everyone gets upset. There's so much anger behind driving in America, in Seattle, but in Thailand, it's so peaceful. And you could literally be driving and stop in the middle of the road and pull a U-turn. No one would honk. No one would get mad. They would just stop and wait. They're so patient. That was one of my favorite things, was I was so calm. So I'm in Vietnam now, and it's so different. People are honking constantly here. There's not any like road rage behind it, but If you're walking down the road, you're constantly getting honked at. They let you know that they're there and that they're coming and they're not stopping. I felt really safe in Thailand because I could walk and I just knew people would go around me. Here in Vietnam, they expect you to get out of the way. So they honk and you move. Thailand, it's very different. Anyway, that's it. That's all the crazy, random things about Thailand. I guess that's my long way of saying go to Thailand. It's really amazing. It's a wonderful country. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Sawadee ka. Khap kun ka.